Welcome back from Thanksgiving, when congressional Democrats have now flown off to a climate change conference in Spain this week, where they'll discuss why air travel is bad for the planet and how the government can potentially fine people who choose to fly commercial. No, seriously. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and 14 other Democrats from both the House and the Senate are attending the COP25 climate conference in Spain this week, where about 25,000 people are set to meet and discuss issues like eco-friendliness, climate disasters, indigenous communities, and gender? And guess how they got there? Well, here's a hint. It sure as heck wasn't by rowboat. Hilariously, in between doomsday predictions, feminist manifestos, and breakout sessions on the effects of global warming on the Brazilian dung beetle, the conference will discuss ways to potentially place fines on global aviation companies to discourage people from flying and making unnecessary contributions to atmospheric carbon dioxide pollution. Got that? A bunch of politicians just used our money to fly on airplanes to a conference designed to penalize us for flying on airplanes. Pelosi said in a statement that the conference is critical, saying, quote, "Taking action to protect our planet is a public health decision for clean air and clean water for our children, an economic decision for creating the green, good-paying jobs of the future, a national security decision to address resource competition and climate migration, and also a moral decision to be good stewards of God's creation and pass a sustainable, healthy planet to the next generation." Moral for everyone, of course, except elitist politicians who don't want to give up their taxpayer-funded air miles. And see, this is why you are dumber than a box of nails if you take climate alarmists seriously. See, according to liberal bureaucrats, all of us unwashed masses are just supposed to sit around our campfires in sackcloth and ashes gnawing on tree bark while they spend our cash jet-setting around the world to talk about how terrible we plebes are for the planet. The hypocrisy here is insane. But it is hardly a secret. This house right here, it belongs to Leonardo DiCaprio, climate alarmist in chief. It's an $11 million property in Malibu. You know, one of those places that are just supposed to fall off into the sea any day now? Yeah, Mr. Apocalypse Now owns a house on it. He also wasn't concerned enough about ocean levels rising to keep from dropping $1.75 million on a private island in Belize, where he plans to build a luxury resort. But it's totally okay because it'll have solar panels on the roof. And celebrities and politicians who love lecturing the rest of us on climate change seem to really love big energy-sucking mansions and super swanky beach homes. Here's Lana Del Rey's Malibu beach house. It's just one of her 3 properties, by the way. Here's John Kerry's spread in Martha's Vineyard. John Travolta's house includes a runway for his 5, count them, 5 airplanes. Now, just to be clear, I don't really give a rip if you want to buy a house in La Jolla. If you made $1 billion starring in a bad rom-com or lip-syncing at Madison Square Garden and you want to spend it on a 17,000 square foot monument to yourself, honestly, that's fine by me because I'm not a socialist. But if you just took your private jet to your private mansion on your private island that sits empty 9 months out of the year, you don't get to lecture Barbara from the Burbs for driving her kids to soccer practice in a pre-owned SUV. And if you just spent my money gallivanting off on a gas-fueled airplane to Spain to hear academics whining about the ice caps when you could have just as easily watched it on YouTube, you don't get to tell me that I can't fly to see my grandma for Christmas. So suck on that, and while you're at it, use a straw. And that's your Reality Check, America. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook and Twitter, and stay sane out there.